Love wins by the Stewards. How y'all doing tonight? How are y'all? How are you? How are you? I didn't mic test you, babe. Will you say something?
Something.
I need to come down and see that.
Hey, Monica. You stay warm, too.
Say something else, Janetta?
Something else.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. There you go. All right. Love wins by the Stewards. I told you that we were going to do a late night episode. I am about to burn up already. This girl got the heat. Can you please turn the heater around your way?
No, keep talking.
Listen, so you're able to see my wife thinks she knows everything.
And do.
And she doesn't know crap.
Hey, T. And do.
So I'm just thrown off guard, off kilter. This woman of mine, I tell you, like, we have to do an episode on communication.
And don't.
Because we don't communicate very well. Because my wife can't seem to think that everybody else doesn't know as much as she does. Right?
What?
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and start the podcast off. As you can see, we are wearing our Tampa Bay jerseys. So shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The wifey bought me this jersey online. She bought her one. And so we are Super Bowl champs. So I just wanted to start the podcast off by shouting out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. Yes, that's my team. We hadn't won a Super Bowl since 2003. So shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Whatever.
All right. So we decided, because we are stuck in the house and it is snowing back, can you please turn the heater down some, please?
No.
Like, shoot. I'm trying not to curse.
Talking.
It is. I'm sweating. I'm going to take my shirt off.
Boy,
Lord.
come on.
She made me lose my train of thought. All right, so we told you that we're stuck in the house. It is snowing. Shout out to Randy, who is behind the iPad and who is helping us tonight, being our podcast producer. And also shout out to Club Empire, which we are not broadcasting in the Club Empire studios tonight. We are broadcasting from home because we're snowed in. But on this Saturday night, we have been doing the versus battle. The first week we had Steven Spud, Howard, and Haywood King. This week, last week, yeah, it was dope, right?
It was dope.
Last week we had to postpone Keith Savage and William Shaw because of the weather. And this Saturday we are doing B-Level and Tank's birthday bash, and the two versus battles is Dee Jones and Chrissy P.
That's going to be hot.
Yeah, if you have not gotten tickets to that, my birthday bash, I'm going to turn all the way up. If you have not gotten tickets, go to empirelittlerock.eventbrite.com. That's empirelittlerock, one word, .eventbrite.com and get your tickets and your tables. We only had, the last I checked this morning, we only had 2 tables left. So please, 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 the snow will be gone on Thursday. You will be able to come out and party with me on Saturday, all right? Tiara's already talking. What is she saying, Nella? What is she saying? I know she's talking. Lord.
She said, just cut the fan on. No means no, B-Level. Communication only works if you listen.
Shoot, I am trying to stop.
Girl, it is cold in here. It's cold.
I am trying to stop cursing, all right? You just never know. I'm trying to stop cursing. One of these days I may run for a political race, and I don't want this to come back and bite me with doing all this cussing. So, I'm about to cuss because she's got it hot. All right, so
I just turn the thing down.
Thank you, babe. Thank you, sweetie. All right, so tell these people, Netta, how
tell me what you know about me. WEBBIE.
Tell them how to be a sponsor. Say
that. Yeah. So if you would like to be a sponsor on Love Wins by the Stewards,
I'm gonna stream on Instagram. Go ahead, babe.
It's on your page.
No, I'm going to stream on Instagram.
If you would like to be a sponsor on Love Wins by the Stewards, you can inbox myself at Shanetta Stewart on Facebook. You can inbox Brian Stewart on Facebook. You can send an email to our email address. It's stewart.lovewins@gmail.com. And yeah, you can be a sponsor. You can advertise on the show. You can... So we have different ways of advertising because people always ask. You can send us your business information with your talking points that you would like for us to discuss, and then we will use your talking points to discuss your business. You can be on the show if you'd like to be on the show. Hey, chill.
Jaden, come here.
Okay, this dude act like we just live on Facebook, like we're not doing a podcast.
Okay, go ahead. All right, go ahead, babe. You get to see our dysfunction.
His dysfunction. Anyway, so yeah, if you'd like to be a sponsor, do the above referenced things if you want. So anyways, you can come on the show. We can bring you in on the live, and we can do it on live stream if you want us to bring you in on live, and or as I said previously before he stopped this thing, you can also just send us your talking points, send us your business information, send us your talking points, and so we can talk about those things if it's something I guess food related or whatever. I don't like to be on no fake stuff, so
If it's nasty, you gonna say it's nasty?
no, I'm just
Okay.
if they want me to talk about something of the sort that I have to try, I will absolutely support your business and try that item before I talk about it on the show, because I want to be very realistic in what we're doing, right? So that's it.
Hey, Randy, can you tell me if on Facebook Live that I have the video right? This is my first time going Instagram Live. Is the camera turned right? Okay, looks good. All right, so we are broadcasting on both of our Facebook pages, and also I am trying, I didn't tell my wife that I'm trying to broadcast live, go live on Instagram as well. So this podcast is very interactive. So we want you to talk to us, and we will talk back, which means if you have questions that you want us to talk about or elaborate and comment on, please, this is a very interactive podcast. So please join in and send us your questions, and there will be a time in the podcast where we will answer the questions, right? Right, Netta?
We'll just kind of do it all together. It's not a time.
So yesterday, not yesterday, but a couple of days ago was Valentine's Day. And
is there a Valentine song?
Any love song?
No, is
Sing
there
a
like
love
a
song.
specifically Valentine song? Like, is there a song that has the word Valentine in it?
No. But there are plenty of songs that have.
Yes, it is. My Funny Valentine.
Sing it.
No.
All right. Okay. So Sunday was Valentine's Day. So it was all about the love. It was all about loving somebody and showing your partner your appreciation for them. And
even though it shouldn't just be on one day.
Yeah, it should not. But I think February the 14th is the day set aside to show your love, right? So as you can see, my wife
There's
has
another day too that's similar to that. I think it's called like Sweetest Day. It's in October.
What called Sweetest
Day.
Sweetest Day.
In October. It's very similar to I guess it's like a Chicago up north type thing, but it's called Sweetest Day, and it's very similar to Valentine's Day.
So you know, I thought that we would do the first couple subjects that we talk about should deal with love. All right, since this week, you know, most of you guys, all you people that have booettes and girlfriend, boyfriends, husbands, wives,
side pieces.
Side pieces. How were your Valentines? So comment on here, you guys, how your Valentine was. Give us a thumbs up, or give us a thumb down. Tell us about your Valentines. But we will start off talking about how much I love this lady to my left, and I try to show her, exhibit my love for her all the time. However, she says that a lot of times I fall short. So Valentine's Day, I got up. It was it snowing on Sunday? No. It wasn't snowing?
Yeah, it started to snow. Yes, it did.
So I got up before it started snowing. I went and bought my wife these beautiful dozen of roses, and they're dying already. Do we not have enough water?
In our house.
you got a hot shit.
I'll revive them. They'll be revived tomorrow.
Yeah, you gonna put some more water in them?
And cut the stem and stuff off. Yeah.
Cut the stem. Mm-hmm. And bought the wife card, and what else? Oh, I got these Hershey Kisses because I wanted to give her a kiss. So I put I bought her card, these roses, and I put these kisses all over the present. And I went and I bought her a dozen of white chocolate strawberries. All right. And yeah. And so white chocolate strawberries, a dozen of roses.
I was looking for a red pair of Louboutins. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I bought like 5 pair, 4. How many pair do you have?
I was looking for a red pair.
How many pair do you have?
I only have 6 pairs.
Only 6 pair. Only 6 pair of a shoe that costs about $1,200.
I have 7 pairs.
Okay.
7. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, does Louboutins never Louboutins?
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 Yes.
Do they ever get old?
No.
How many pair do you want before I
They make a new
shit?
style of shoe every year. Every
Okay.
year there's a new style of shoe.
Okay, so you bought one or two, but I've
3.
bought like 5 pair.
About 3
So-
for myself.
Okay, so how many pair do I need to buy before you get tired of that shoe?
I'm not gonna get tired of it. Just give me a red pair.
Okay. All right, let me put this down. Red pair.
Just the red pair.
Okay.
And yeah, just
Okay.
the red pair.
You were looking for that? You got a birthday coming up. You got a big
That's
40.
my 40th, and I do not
40th
want a pair.
birthday.
Let me just say this for the record: I do not want a pair of Louboutins for my birthday. You've done that, so you've done that twice. So I do not. If I get to my 40th birthday party, that's going to be the bomb.com, and it's time to start opening gifts, and I get a pair of Louboutins from you, I'm not going to be pleased.
Do you want to tell them what we're doing for your 40th birthday? You want to tell them now, or you want to wait?
Do y'all want to know what I'm doing for my 40th birthday? So I'll tell you a little backstory. So when I turned 30, I hope my sisters aren't here watching, but
They're probably
when
not.
they are.
Do you see
sure.
them?
I don't know. I didn't look to see. Anyway, so when I was 29, about to turn 30, I said that I was going to have this huge all-white affair. I basically pay money for the vendors, each vendor, so caterers and the venue and food and all that stuff. And within that same year, my mom ended up passing away. So my mom passed away on April 29th. We actually had her wake visitation on my birthday, May 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day we buried her, which is May 7th. And then May 8th was Mother's Day. So I did not have that party so I kind of lost money. Didn't have the party that I wanted to have. So 10 years later, here we are 10 years later, I'm about to turn 40. And my hubby and I were going to renew our vows. So we basically kind of paid all this money to do the such. And we, but due to COVID, we just didn't. So I'm going to have a huge 40th birthday bash. It's going to be all white affair. It's going to be my vision of what it was going to be 10 years ago prior to losing my mom. So yes, it's going to be huge. It's going to be awesome. I probably had like 3 wardrobe changes. Y'all know I'm extra.
Really extra.
I have
really extra.
3 wardrobe changes or something. It's gonna be dope.
And
gonna be dope.
I am looking.
Thanks,
and I don't-
Dominique.
Yeah, I am looking to see who's available as far as an artist. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do the artist because I don't know if what's gonna happen with COVID and all of that. But we're looking to see who can come and sing for you on your 40th birthday. I believe that it needs to be very special. I want to make your 40th birthday very, very special for you.
I'm thinking Kiki Wyatt.
Could be possible. We've already brought her like 3 times.
Yes, I love Kiki though.
So Kiki White. Okay. Dre, if you are on here, which Dre are both of our friends, Shanetta is requesting that your artist Kiki White come
Yes,
and
Dre.
sing for her 40th birthday. Dre, check your schedule. It's May. It's did we decide the date yet or
May
what?
8th. Is it?
Dre, so check on May 8th and see if Kiki White is available. And Tamika, your sister's on here.
Hi, sister. Can you tell your brother-in-law that your sister does not want another pair of Louboutins for her birthday? Thank you in advance. That is not a gift anymore.
Y'all give me some good 40th birthday gifts. all right?
$40K in cash.
That much money?
$40K.
Okay, so 1,000 for every year?
1,000 for every year.
Wow. Well, Kiki White, just cancel that then. Don't check your schedule.
1,000 for every year.
Do not check your schedule.
40,000 would be amazing.
Yeah, do not check your schedule.
Yeah.
Tamika says she wants to sing for you. Okay.
Lord, oh
Yeah,
Lord.
Tamika, we'll pass on that.
Yeah.
Our sister Tamika Mallet is listening again. Tamika's probably never listened to the podcast. All right, so Valentine's. All right, so we've got your 40th birthday party out of the way.
What did y'all do for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, tell us what you did. Tell us if your boo or your booette made it special. And when you talk on here, talk in complete sentences so that
Yes,
we know.
we'll know what we're responding to. Yes.
Yeah,
So really quickly, we didn't do our normal spiel as we normally do, so I'm going to do that really, really quickly. So if you guys want to be a guest on the show, you can inbox us. As I said earlier, you can inbox one of us or send an email to stewart.lovewins@gmail.com. We go live while we're filming this show so that you guys can be very interactive with us while we're filming. So we'll read your comments. That's why we ask that you comment and ask questions in full sentences so we'll know what you're replying to. And we very seldom, very seldom do we leave up this video. We just want it to be interactive. So ask questions, share the video, like the video.
Please share it. Please share
Give
it.
opinions. This is you guys. We're working for y'all. Every time we get on live, we work for you guys. Basically, so you're our audience. So you guys just come on, join, say whatever you want to say, ask questions, do whatever.
And please tell them about the podcast, where it lives, and the video, the audio.
So
video.
you can find us on any podcast station that you listen to. Podcast station, podcast app. Love Wins by the Stewarts. Yeah, I think that's all.
And the video lives?
And the video lives on YouTube. Search for Brian Stewart Sr. Please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube video and also Anchor, Google Podcasts. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast channel so when we go live or we basically kind of upload the show, you guys will hear it and you get a notification that we've uploaded a new episode.
And also do us one more favor on our live. Please get a notification so when we go live, you will also get a notification on Facebook. So there's an option on there to click to notify you when we go live. Typically, when we go live, we are doing an episode, so you will get a notification that way as well. You want to go ahead and Dominique said a couple of things.
Okay, so let's see.
David?
My sister says she want to sing. David says just kick in and fly out right after the party. Destination of choice. That's a good idea.
I like that, David. I like that.
Okay. Dominique says mine was extra special. She said thanks to you guys, I'm dating again. Kudos to you.
Oh, Dominique.
Do your thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Dominique, did you get a boo from the show? Reply on there if someone
Dominique,
hit you up,
let me tell you something. That's
hit you
what I'm
up
talking
from
about.
the show.
If somebody would.
If somebody hit, she said thanks to you guys, I'm dating again. So I'm
Girl,
trying to figure out if she got.
That's what I'm talking
Big
about.
ups to you, Dominique. Big ups
Yes,
to you.
I'm so happy. I'm just happy.
All right, so the love edition. We're calling this the Valentine's love edition. So the first question I would like to ask my wife and the audience is when do you know when you're in love? Like, how do you know that you're in? Aunt Ola B is calling me. Stop. I should have did
Put
a
my
block
phone
or
down,
something.
disturb, yeah.
When do you know that you're in love? Is it a feeling, Netta? How do you know that you're in love? Since it's all about love. Netta, how do you know? Dominique, tell me when you know you're in love. How you know you're in love? Netta, you tell me how you know that you were in love with moi. You was in love with all of this, baby, all of this.
Boy,
Go ahead, girl.
stop playing.
Go ahead.
Stop
Tell me when you know
playing.
you're in love, Netta.
I think when it's a feeling of I can't be without this person. When someone mentions their name, you kind of get butterflies, or it just gives you a feeling that you've never felt before.
So love is a spirit.
Love is a thing. It's
a
an
thing.
action.
Yeah.
It's an action where like it's really like it's so hard for me to explain it now because it's not like a explainable feeling. It is just I know, because what makes me be in love and what makes you be in love and someone else be in love could just be different. So I think for me, it's just I just feel like I can't be without this person. I can't not live without you, because I think that's very far extreme, but I can't get you off my mind. I'm thinking about you all the time. I want to be around you all the time. If someone, like I said, someone says your name, I'm just like, oh, just like a little schoolgirl thing or whatever. It's just kind of it's a feeling. It's a feeling that just.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
I do.
You do? You think that you could love somebody the first time you see them, that love doesn't have a time limit, or you have to date somebody by a certain a number of days before you can fall in love?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Especially when you're grown. When you're grown and you've been through things, been through relationships, and you know what you want. Like that's especially when you see someone and they exhibit those things, and that's where you kind of have to be careful, because it could just be a character flaw. It could just be them on being some fake shit or whatever. But I think when you're grown and you already know what you want, it's very easy to see someone, be around someone, and be like, damn, like I'm really vibing, feeling this dude. I love this dude. I like this dude or this girl or whomever. So it's, as I said, it's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. So I don't think there's a time. Do y'all think it's a time? Answer that question.
No. I don't. I mean, I totally agree with you that love is a feeling. It's almost like a spirit. like, you know, when you're not around this person, you miss them. Most things about this person makes you smile. It puts you in a good mood being around this person. Love is it's not something that you can describe. I think, however, it's a feeling. It's a way that person makes you feel. And I do agree with you that there is no time limit to love. I think you and I, you know, I think you and I. Well, let me just speak for me. I kind of fell in love, you know, really really early on. You know the backstory about you and I. We went out, and I had been trying to date you for a while, and you know, I would try to take you out, and we never could get our, you know, our dating schedules right. I tried for like a year, and then I got so frustrated that I just said, to hell with her. To hell with her. I'm not going to chase her no more. I've chased her for a year. And so I'm not going to chase you no more. And then after I stopped, well, I felt like I stopped chasing you, then you started chasing me.
Never does she chase.
That's what happened, right?
No, she does not chase. No, that's not what happened. No, that's not what happened.
Okay, what happened?
It was a break in you not communicating with me for probably hadn't even been 2 months. It was a small break in you just not reaching out to me voluntarily. Mm-hmm. It was a break, and then after that break, I think I sent you a message like, "Hey, you want to be my date for New Year's or something like that?" But no, it was not a chase. It was just a message.
Well, I think I'm gonna say it's a chase, but after I quit texting and calling and begging and pleading for you to go out with me, and you was just turning me down, I'm like, you know, I mean, obviously she's not interested. I mean, I just like, she's not interested in me. So there's no need to keep calling and begging. And, you know, every time I would call, you wouldn't answer the phone, but you would text me back and say, what's up? So I'm like, this girl, she got to live with a dude, because she sees the phone is in her hand,
not living
and I'm calling her, but she won't answer the phone, but she texts me back and say, what's up? So I'm like, answer the phone. Why you can't answer the phone? So I thought you had to do.
I didn't like talking on the phone. So, and I kind of had my little thing going. I had this thing going, some things going, and I just don't like talking on the phone. Just didn't like talking.
So after, you know, I felt like I kind of quit chasing her, then
here I go.
Here you go. You was on my jock. You was riding me. Not literally, but you were calling me.
I just sent you a text.
Then then she came to one of my parties.
I did.
And I said, okay, she came to the party. No, I'm sorry. We set a date. But I was at an all-night poker game, and I had to cancel the date because I was strung out. I was losing my money. I didn't want to quit.
It's a bad deal. It's a bad thing for me.
So I said, babe, let's just go. It was on a Thursday night. I had a party that next night at Friday. I said, just come to the party. We'll hang out. So you came to the party. We hung out at the party. But then at my parties, I'm like working. So we're not really having a date and having fun because I'm working. I'm doing my thing. Then afterwards, we went over to, at that time, was it Envy then? Or was it Elevations?
It was Elevations.
Long time ago. It was Elevation. We went to, after that, we hung out and we went to Elevations. And, you know, after that, you know, we left, and you wasn't ready to go home.
Oh,
and
Lord. Your stories just be so beneficial for you.
You went home with me, and that was all she wrote. You never left. That was it.
I went back home that early, very early in the morning, sir.
But you went, okay. Yeah, you did. You went home.
I did. And then you messaged me and said, hey, I want to see you later on.
Let's hang out. And so we went out the next night, and we went to eat. I think we went to the shooting range, and then you never left. And you're still here today. And that's the story.
Anyway, so my cousin Jacindy says.
Somebody said, shout out. You got Dominique saying.
Dominique says it's a feeling you can't describe. I agree. Kim has the laughing emojis. What's up, Funny Kim.
Kim, what up, Kim?
And
Where
my
Tip at?
gorgeous cousin Jacindy says what she said. She said, absolutely. She said, it's definitely a feeling that you can't describe. Words can't even express it. That is so true. That's why it was hard for me to really explain it. And she said, that's me and Suge's story. Maybe he rests in peace. He said the same thing. Did he chase you? See, this dude be extra about the chase. I'm it was not a chase. It was just a every once in a while thing. It was just a once in a while. Let me see what's up with you. What you got going on? No, with me. It was for a year, but
it was a long time.
Yeah, it was a while, but I mean, it was whatever.
It was a long time.
Yeah. Dominique, what you say? I believe in love at first sight, which I thought I had experienced love at first sight with my last relationship, but it was so hard to love that person, so I don't know.
So to tail in on that question, you kind of said it's kind of scary because you could get involved with the wrong person. That's my next question. How do you know when you fall in love with the wrong person? Like, what signs come to you when you give your love to someone to the wrong person?
When it becomes toxic. Toxic seems to be a word that we use very so often. So when it becomes toxic, like, man, just
I want y'all to comment on this too.
When it becomes toxic, it's like, man, let's just, you know what I'm saying? Here's what people have to understand. Like, you can just, I respect you for, and everybody may not be that way, but this is how I am. I can respect somebody for just being on some real, true, loyal shit. Like, I can respect just like, listen, you know, we tried this shit out. I love you. You love me. We built whatever we built together. But it just don't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with telling the truth about situations and dealing with the situation. Just because you're not in a relationship with somebody or in a relationship and or a marriage or whatever does not mean that you have to be enemies. But what makes it hard, what people don't understand, and what makes it difficult is when you just kind of string somebody along and, you know, you stop being happy and now they can notice your unhappiness. So it's just kind of like on some...
So how do you know though, Netta? How do you know?
I told you when it becomes toxic. When I start looking at your ass and be like, oh, this nigga get on my motherfucking nerves.
But I mean, relationships go through stuff, right? And so I'm saying, how do you determine what you can come back from in a relationship and what you work on? Because everybody's not perfect for each other. So sometimes you have to work at stuff. Sometimes if your communication is terrible, you have to work on communicating to put it back together. So how do you know when it's not even worth trying to work on?
When you feel it, that's a feeling as well. Like when you start feeling that shit. Like, I mean, here's the thing. Everybody has their what I'm not going to do anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think everybody starts off
deal breakers.
Yeah, everybody starts off with, okay, I'm not going to take you. Everybody has this conversation. So however the conversation goes, everybody have this conversation. Okay, this is what I'm not going to accept. I'm not going to accept you cheating. I'm not going to accept you having a kid on me. I'm not going to accept. So everybody has a what you're not going to accept. However, when you start getting into their relationship with a person and you start loving their ass, that stuff in the beginning that you said you wouldn't take, or I couldn't dare take that to deal with that, you start taking that shit because you love them. Yeah, so you start compromising your feelings and things you said you wouldn't do because of how you feel about that person. However, when it comes to just other things, and everybody has I cannot do that portion. I can't do that with you anymore. So when I start feeling like that, like, yeah, let's just go and chunk the deuces and go on. But you know what I'm saying? People want, especially women want it to be a mutual feeling. Like, if a woman really kind of walk out on you or decide to really just leave you alone, like, man, you gotta understand that you didn't really just taking her down through there. First of all, it takes a lot because we're very forgiving, we're emotional creatures. But most women are. Yeah. However, you give people that you love opportunities to give them chances. So if you can't be man and or woman enough to tell your mate, like, listen, it's just something that we can't work through, deal with, or whatever, and you can feel that shit. You can feel that. So if somebody be like, nah, I didn't know. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You didn't need to know what? You didn't know that this person was not the right person for you. Yes, you did. Everybody knows. Yeah, but Netta, here's the deal, though. And I'm trying to get you to decipher, like, sometimes things that you go through in a relationship can make you seem that person is not the one for you. And if most people give up before they work through their problems, they never get to have 7 years like we have. So, you're saying, but a relationship has to go through things for you to get to the point
to know that that person is not the right one.
See, that's a problem within itself, because people think that you have to go through shit to appreciate what you have. You don't. Like, on some real shit, just being real honest, like, if I love you, I'm really not gonna put you through no heartache and pain and shit. Like, how can you stand in my face and tell me that you love me, but you can hurt me at the same time? Like, there's no way possible you can stand before me and make me feel like you love me and you have my best interest at heart, and you hurt me. That's in any relationship. That's in a marriage. That's in a friendship. That's in a relationship as a mother, daughter, child, cousin. You cannot make me feel that you love me but cause me drastic hurt.
So so you're saying nobody can make mistakes that hurt you, right?
Listen, mistakes are mistakes.
Okay.
But you can't do an action that's going to hurt me and then have me feel like you love me. Absolutely not. What's being normalized, what the problem is what's being normalized is, let's go through shit, let's work it out, and move on. No, people really shouldn't have to go through shit. You really shouldn't have to deal with infidelity. You shouldn't have to deal with finances. You should have to deal with
So if someone cheats on you, that means that they don't love you.
Hell yeah. Why would you want to say, why? Why would you what is it? What else does that mean?
So if someone cheats on you, that's enough to end the relationship. You should end the relationship.
That's enough. That's enough.
Well, why didn't you end yours?
Because I cheated back.
So had you not cheated back, you would have.
I was gonna get the fuck on down. Yeah.
So fake shit is not something that you should be keep it 100.
Listen,
you got comments on here.
I'm gonna read these comments and I'm gonna come back to what you're saying. So okay, Dominique says, I believe in love at first sight, which I thought I had experienced in my love. We read that. Kim says, Netta, I'm laughing at your husband telling his side of how y'all met. Girl, don't feed into that. Dominique says, when it became toxic, I walk away. Excuse me, I agree. Also laughing emojis from Dominique. Brenda says, when you do not feel love, that's how you know that it's time to move on, when you're not feeling love. Kenyatta says, amen, Shanetta. Dominique says, Level, you cannot come back from everything, especially when they're afraid not to lose you. Let's see. Brenda says, so true. Monica says, you don't hurt the one you love. Speak, sis. She says, love don't hurt. Teresa said, I agree, Shanetta. Just because the relationship don't work out, you don't have to be enemies. Just move on and don't waste time stringing people along. Kane said, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
That's right, Kane. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
Listen, Kane, don't get on here with that foolishness.
That's some bullshit.
Let me tell you something. That is just that you just said, okay, just be real. Listen, let me just say this. I choose what I allow somebody to put me through. I choose that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the deciding factor of if I'm going to stay or leave.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But you can't say that if you cheat, that's reason to end the relationship and that person doesn't love you. So if that would have been the case,
that is a reason to live.
Okay, I agree with that. But what you said is, but what you said is, if somebody cheats on that person, that means they don't love that person.
What I'm saying is,
that's not true.
What I'm saying is, listen, Kane says, love will make you do wrong. It'll make you do right.
It's okay. Eddie Kane.
Listen, what I'm saying is, just and generally speaking, love does not supposed to hurt.
I agree with that.
So what I'm telling you is, anything that you do to harm me while you stand in my face and tell me that you love me, it's definitely hard for me to believe that you love me when you've caused the action to hurt me.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
People make mistakes, though. Now,
cheating is not a mistake. Cheating,
I agree with that too.
Cheating is not a mistake.
It can be a mistake.
Cheating cannot be a mistake.
Cheating.
There is nothing about. Listen, there is nothing about doing the yum bouncy bounce.
What I'm saying to you is, you can make a mistake by cheating.
Cheating is not a mistake.
That's your opinion.
Those people that are on here, please tell me how cheating is a mistake.
Cheating.
Tell me how since you're saying it and we're waiting for the people to respond. You tell me how cheating is a mistake.
I cheated was a mistake. So what I'm saying is, I shouldn't have never cheated. I made bad choices, so therefore it was a mistake. That's what I'm saying.
Bro.
I'm not saying the action of doing it, but when you do it, it is a mistake.
Bro.
That's not your intention.
Cheating is not a mistake. Listen.
That's your opinion,
do you know what it's listen. The action of cheating is just what the fuck it is. It is a voluntary action that is done, and it's a little retarded for someone to think and or believe that it's a mistake. Cheating is not a mistake. It's a choice that you make to do, and the reason why you say it's a mistake is because you want to be forgiven for what you call to be a mistake. But do you know what it takes to cheat? Like,
yes.
Do you know what it takes to build up to cheat? And I mean, really be on some cheating shit, not just texting or sexting or, you know what I'm saying? Like, to really just kind of be in an intimate moment with somebody else other than your mate. Like, that ain't no.
Teresa, quit calling my government name.
What makes it a mistake?
She said, "Stop it, Brian. LOL. Cheating is a mistake. Isn't a mistake. It's a choice that's going up." Okay, your comments are going up.
Yeah, Teresa says.
Your comments start here.
I already did that part. Okay. Teresa says, "Oh, stop it, Brian. LOL. Cheating isn't a mistake. It's a choice, and it's a bad one."
I agree with that.
Monica says it can be a regret, but not a mistake. Cheating is not a mistake.
Okay, well, it's a regret. Mistake is the same thing.
Dominique says cheating is not a mistake. It's a choice. Crystal says cheating is not a mistake. You choose to cheat.
Brenda says agree with that.
That's what you wanted to do. And Crystal says, Shanetta, you're absolutely right.
I agree with all of those things. I still say that cheating can be a mistake.
How can it be a mistake?
Because you shouldn't have done it.
It may be a mistake because the person that you cheated with was a chicken head.
No.
Or it may be a mistake because...
It was a mistake because you shouldn't have done it. A mistake is something that you shouldn't have done. That's a mistake.
Look up the definition of mistake.
My phone, somebody's on my phone.
Look up the definition of a mistaken choice. Look up a definition.
All of these questions on here, the ladies, if you get to talking about cheating, this mother is jumping off the page because they're all saying that it's not a mistake. I believe the action of cheating is not a mistake, but I think that you, by doing it, it can be a mistake because you've done it and you shouldn't have done it.
That's why people can stand so firm on saying infidelity is
chicken head.
Infidelity is something I can't deal with.
Right.
Because it is a choice. And again, do you know the actions that are taken to cheat? You know, because you did it. I know because I did it. But do you know the actions that you have to take to cheat with somebody? That's why it doesn't make it a mistake. And that's why it's more of a choice than it is a mistake, because it takes a lot to get to. It takes something to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a lot to get to that.
So Dominique is saying chicken head with the laughing emojis.
I call it how I said, Dominique.
T Baker saying, so how many bad choices should we put up with before you dismiss her? Hey, T Baker, that's on you. When you feel like your relationship has no meaning, I think it's time to go. Crystal said, I get Brian POV, point of view, but nah. Brenda said, I have cheat because I wanted to. I agree with that. Aunt Retta said, a mistake is a mistake. That's what Aunt Retta said.
A mistake is a mistake, but I just don't feel like infidelity is a mistake. I just feel like it's a choice.
I agree with that.
You're a grown ass person, and so and here, let me just say this, like, it is very clear. It has been, first of all, we're very open about what goes on with he and I, because everybody already think they fucking know. They speculate that they know our business, so we've already talked about it. But we set those. Here's what's so crazy, because of both of our previous relationships and previous whatever situationships we've had, people are, automatically assumed that was going to be the one thing to break us up. So in our conversations with each other, we were just like, listen, I can respect you just being on some real shit. So if you on some different stuff, just tell me you on some different stuff and let me deal with it how I want to deal with it. The worst thing you can do is make that decision for somebody.
Right.
And that's what people don't understand. Like, when you go out and you decide to cheat, because here's what I said prior to us getting married at one of our 5 zillion Jack and Jill showers we had before getting married, is if I do something that's a repeated behavior and you have addressed that thing with me and I didn't change that thing, and you go out and you be on some cheating shit because of that, okay, then we're going to have a conversation about it. But if I'm doing something that's a repeated behavior that you didn't give me an opportunity to self-correct, and you use that as a reason to go out to cheat, we're going to have a problem. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be a problem. So I said that to say, because he and I have been through it all, pretty much everything, that was kind of our beginning thing. Our beginning thing to each other was, what's the one thing you can't deal with where it's going to be a deal breaker? Now, that's why I'm speaking to this myself, is I can't deal with no cheating shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hear my ass go, deal with some cheating shit. So I'm just like, never ever say what you want to deal with and what you want to do. And it really kind of messed me up a little bit, because I'm like, shit, I'm too good for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I thought Yeah, I was like, listen,
You thought you was too good.
I don't
for
know
that.
what these other broads out here did or didn't do for you, but listen, I'm a full ass woman out here. Like, I'm a whole woman out here. I'm a whole woman. I'm a whole mother. I'm a whole wife. So you really don't have a reason out here to be on no cheating shit. But let me just say this: being a whole woman, a whole mother, and a whole wife don't mean shit. If a motherfucker want to get out there and get a little taste of something else, he gonna get a little taste of something else. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Y'all gotta take that. So I'm just saying, like, I said that. I basically said, no, I ain't gonna deal with no cheating shit. Here my dumb ass dealing with some
You crazy.
dealing with some cheating shit.
Dominique say, if I cheat, I wanted to and probably enjoyed it. I'm not a cheater though.
Well, I mean, Dominique, you know, like
She said she wanted to. So how do you, okay, so we talked about cheating. How do you, and we've talked about this in the past. Mm-hmm. How do you get past it? How are you able to forgive someone cheating on you, betraying your love, disgracing you, dishonoring you? How do you get past that? How can you go forward?
you never really do.
You never get past it to go forward?
You never really do.
You never really get through.
No, people never really do. Women never really do. Like,
So they just kind of tolerate you?
they just, yeah, absolutely.
They just
I don't
kinda-
think, I don't think that it's I think what conquers the feelings and emotions are just, me having raw feelings and emotions for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really get over that situation. You know what I'm saying? I think that works in both places.
So if you decide to go forward, do you just you just never forgive and you never get over
No,
it?
it's not never forgiven. I mean, because I believe in forgiveness. I forgive people for every time. I mean, whatever you do to me, you're forgiven.
Right.
Does not mean that I'm forgetting. So forgiving and forgetting doesn't mean the same thing. I forgive you, especially if I decide to stay and work it out. But
Right.
forgetting, no, I'm never gonna forget. I'll
Right.
never forget.
Right. When you betray somebody's trust, you obviously have to build that trust back up. You have to earn that trust back, because your relationship, you really don't have anything if you don't really have trust. You don't really have anything. So you have to learn how to put block by block to build that trust back up. Dominique saying I couldn't get past it. So Dominique, you're saying that you couldn't get past somebody cheating on you. So Dominique, everybody that cheat on you, you done with them. I'm assuming. You gonna read the rest of the comments?
Yeah, and Retta says, well, it's like this. If someone is worth having, then they will be worth fighting for. So you seem something worth fighting for, something worth forgiveness for, because that's why you're still there.
Okay.
Crystal says you never do. That's the truth. Crystal says you never do. If anything, it drives you away. Women settle too damn much. That is the truth. Kimberly says that's a hard one to get past. And that is right. I don't think you ever completely get over it. No.
Yeah.
Like, understand, listen. I may tell you, listen, I'm over it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's move past it. Let's make it work, whatever. But in the back of my mind, I still have that, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the back of your mind, you're still wondering. And you wondering about so many different things. Like, you're wondering, as I kind of said before, it's like trigger moments. Like, are you back on the bullshit? You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, that's what Crystal just said. It's always in the back of your mind. It's always in the back of your mind.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I don't think you ever get over it. I just think you learn to cope with it. It's almost like death.
Can you be happy afterwards?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just depends on the person. I think it depends on the individual.
It depends on the individuals, right? It depends on the two of them.
Well, not necessarily the person that did it. So the person that did it, no. You really, it's not really up to you. What's up to you is basically getting your mate's trust back. Everything else is on what your mate decide to do by dealing with you. So it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with what they're saying you need to do or what they want to deal with to get where they need to be. So that makes it a little difference. Let's see. And Reddit says, I don't believe that. Why stay there if you're not going to be happy? What you mean, Reddit? Tell me what you mean by that. Dominique said it was hard for me to look at him the same. I get all emotional and have so many thoughts running through my mind. Man, listen. In this situation, I just learned to, you know what I'm saying? Do I still have my moments? Hell yeah, absolutely. Like, I still be want to fight people. So yes, I still have my moments. Y'all listen, let me just tell you something. I need to go to anger management because
no BS.
praying is not working for me. Like I am praying. I'm praying, asking the Lord to heal my mind and my body and my spirit because listen, you do those. I'm not gonna get on here and just act like, oh, we just been through the fire and here we are. We are just, just as perfect. No, like we still have our moments. We still have our moments. I think on both parts. And we put in what we get out. So understand that what you put in your relationship, in your marriage, whether you decide to, forgive someone for cheating or not, that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, please don't take anybody else's story and put it to your story and make that shit work. Like it's not. It's what makes you comfortable, what feels good for you. But understand, like he understands. Let me just say this for the record. He understands that there is no. Not because I gave him a chance and forgave his ass, but he understands that there is no, if I see any signs of infidelity, I don't give a fuck what it is. Any sign.
Don't curse on the podcast.
I can. I don't care what it is. Any sign of infidelity, I'm out.
I think we both know. You said he mo. We both know.
Well, he did it first, so it don't matter.
Shit.
He did it first. I just did it back.
Got comments?
Yeah. Let's see. Aunt Retta says because either you're going to forgive and move on or get away. That's not true, Aunt Retta.
Well, I Aunt Retta, it ain't true for her. Like, you don't want to be in a relationship that you keep dragging this on and keep. I mean, you never can. Check this out. So the review mirror is very small.
Boy,
right?
Here you go with this metaphor.
And the windshield is very big. Do you know why the windshield is very big, Netta? Because you're supposed to look forward, not in the small review mirror looking back.
You don't tell me which way to look when I drive. If I want to look out the rearview mirror, if I want to look at the side windows,
you gonna have a red.
If I want to look at the windshield, you don't tell me what. See, let me just say this. So my metaphor for that is what I'm about to say on this. You don't tell me how to drive my car when I drive my car. So you don't tell me how to deal with the situation that you put me in.
Yeah, nobody's trying to do. Nobody's doing that.
Because what you just said was your little synopsis of your metaphor was nobody wants you to be in a situation where you just drag it on and drag it on. You don't get an opportunity or you don't get the chance to tell me how to deal. Hold on, I'm not done. Okay. You don't get the chance to tell somebody how to deal with something that you put them in they shouldn't have been in anyway. So whatever that means, let me just say that for the record. So whatever that means, if that means me dragging it on until we turn 70 years old, drag it on until we turn 70 because you put me in a situation I didn't have to be in. Now let's flip that. Let me flip that. If you can't deal with what I need you to do and I'm dragging it on too much for you, you can be out. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to stay here you don't have to be here for me to drag it out.
But what about this? If you ain't happy, why don't you leave?
Shit, because let me say something for the record.
It's like
I did what I wanted to do to make me feel like I was getting back at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying to that is this. You the one got the issue with having to do what I need you to do to make me feel better. I don't. If that's, I'm not saying you specifically. Right. I'm saying the person. If someone has an issue with, first of all, understand when you put your people in a position to have them hurt and fucked up. If you love them the way you say you do or you did, whatever it takes to get them to where they need to get to, you do that shit. I don't care what that takes. I don't care what it takes or what it believes, because you have to understand, if you didn't put me in that situation, I wouldn't be
saying having me. You're not speaking on
in general.
If you put
we
that person.
Talked about this.
All right, so quit saying you.
In general.
Because you have folks thinking you talking about me and you.
I ain't talking about. Let me just say this for the record. Because test us if you want to now. See, we are different little people now. But come back last year. Last year about this time. Shit, y'all. We
couldn't have done the podcast last year.
No. So anyway, what I'm saying is that whomever the person is that chooses to victimize their mate in a relationship, whatever it takes to get that person to where they need to be, if they decide to be with you, you do that. You take that shit and you, whatever it is. And if you cannot do that, if you feel like they talk about it too much, they bring it up. First of all, let me just say this. They're bringing it up for a reason. Like, do you think
because they're not
do you think somebody really wants to talk about your infidelity? No, there's something I need for you to give me healing.
You keep saying you.
That is a general word. Goddamn, it's a pronoun.
It's something they need.
They, whatever. Yeah. It's a pronoun. It's just been used in general phrases. What up,
Tank? What up, Tank?
What I'm saying to that is, whatever they need to get over what their moments are. You give them that to get over their moments. Don't say, well, because you forgive me.
Do you need therapy?
Hell
You keep
no.
saying I or you. Are you talking about?
No, because you know I ain't on that
All
bullshit.
right, well, say they. Because you sound like you need a hug.
No, just listen. I just want to help the people because I want the people to understand.
What up, Tank?
I just want the people to know that, first of all, as I told you on the podcast, last episode, don't think this dude was just over here just being on some cheat shit and I forgave him his ass and we saw all bubbly in love. No. This nigga had to go through over here. Like it costs over here.
You don't know what I went through.
I do, because I was the one putting him through it. So I do. I know what he went through because I was the one doing it, sir.
Oh, Lord have
now,
mercy.
say that for the record. Moving on.
What else? Come on.
Yeah.
I don't have any more. What
And
else?
Retta said, let me see. No, Dominique, no. Crystal says, period. Pooh. Dominique says, I'm not saying I'm not going to run every time, but every situation is different. If the person take ownership, then maybe we can get past it with a clear understanding. I agree.
I have that one time.
And Retta says, I like what Dominique is saying. Tanka is laughing. He said, what's good? And Retta says, the reason is you can hold things over a person's head. And Retta, you shouldn't have to hold on over nobody's head if they ain't put you in that situation to deal with. Retta, listen, don't be saying that because you think I'm talking about your nephew.
Yeah, she make me think she talking about me too.
Listen, just don't put people in vulnerable situations. Just don't put them in messed up situations. That's all you got to do is just chill. Just listen, don't tell somebody you love them and put them in any kind of messed up situation. That's like me telling you I love you and I know they about to have a drive-by. I'll tell you go stand outside and go stand outside right there beside that red car. And I know they about to have a drive-by.
All right. You good?
I'm straight.
You're
I
good.
just need another Dr. Pepper.
So there was something that kind of popped up. We're going to switch gears real quick. Do you want to read all your comments before we switch gears?
I did already.
Dominique said
I did.
understanding.
She was
okay.
just,
So I saw something the beginning of this week, and we took a week off last week because we normally broadcast on Sundays with the Super Bowl. So I saw something last week that I thought that we needed to talk about, and it said it read expired relationships are not beefs. So many times people think that if you're not cool with somebody that you used to be cool with, that there is a beef. Now, you always say, and you tell me this all the time, that you can tell when your friends have an issue with you on Facebook, because they'll stop liking your posts, they'll stop commenting your posts. So because somebody does not do that, does that mean that they beefing with you?
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem.
If they used to like your posts and they don't like your posts, that's automatically a issue.
It's a problem.
That's a problem.
Absolutely. I pay attention to shit like that. Yeah, absolutely.
You guys, Dominique, Crystal, Charles, Retta, do you think that that's true? So if somebody is liking your Facebook post, if they're liking it a lot, then they stop liking your Facebook, could it be that they just don't see eye to eye with all of your posts that you're posting now?
No, let me just say something. No. When you stop, if every time I make a post about something,
right,
and you like it, you comment, you share,
they gotta like your post.
Listen, you like it, you comment, you share. I could talk about the most tedious of things, and you like, comment, or share. When you stop liking, comment, or sharing, it's a problem. Yes, it's a problem because, and let me just say this, for those that don't know, I don't say anything about it when you do it, but when you come at me on some fake shit, I'd be like, nah, because apparently we got a problem. And here's what I found out. They do be having a problem. Like, they be like, well, yeah, because when I made this post about such and such, when I about my baby, you didn't like about my baby. Girl, fuck you and that baby. Like, I didn't see that post. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? So pretty much, y'all, I'm telling you, 99% of the people that I have said something to about that thing, it has been right. Ask him. He'll tell you. Ask him. Pretty much everybody that has stopped liking my post and or yours, it's been a problem. Tell the truth.
Well, I can't really. Now, I'll say this. You have really peeped me to a lot of stuff that has been a problem in the past. And because I don't have time to really pay attention to who liked my posts and how many posts that they've liked in the past. I think, Netta, you got too much time on your hand. If you can determine how many times somebody has liked your post.
I don't say how many times. I'm just saying it. First of all, I only do it for people that's regulars. Like, I just do it for people that's regular. People that I pay attention to. It's just regulars. It ain't like I just go. First of all, I don't go through my likes anyway to see who like it. Like, first of all, I just scroll through people's shit and like stuff all the time. So I don't never even check my own likes or love or reactions. But if it's just regular shit, yeah, I pay attention to that. Absolutely. And I'm going to ask you. I ain't going to find you to ask you.
All right, so
when I see you, I am.
So let's go ahead. Crystal right here.
So Brenda says, so true. Crystal says, maybe they ain't saw it.
No, Crystal start here.
Oh, she says, no, I think people put too much into social media. Brenda says, so true. Crystal says, maybe they ain't saw it. Facebook be tripping.
Right.
Dominique says, women pay attention to everything. Let's see. Tanka says, I agree, B-Love. I don't do beef. If you don't like my post, I don't care, fam. Retta says, I don't think so. Monica says, not the baby. Yeah, her and that baby. Shit. Let me see.
Tara.
You gotta stop scrolling.
They going. It's moving because they commenting.
No, give me here. Let's see. T says I have unfollowed people just because they have shared other people's status shit that I don't want on my timeline.
That's petty, Tara. T Tara, that's petty. You petty, T Tara, petty.
Kim says, "Oh no, she said this is the first time all night I've disagreed with Netta Stewart." Brian said, "You got too much time on your hands."
She got too much time on her hands.
He said, "Could it be that they're neutral about the post, they don't react to it?" And Dominique said it's called observant. I agree wholeheartedly. She said it's called observant. And Reddit says I don't have time for negative stuff. Somebody's replying to Monica says real facts. I feel it. Charles says, if you're looking that hard, you do have too much time in your hands. First of all, Charles, I'll be listening to what the fuck Brian talking about.
I just said,
listen, I only do it for people that's regular people. And this is what I'm saying. Like, you guys know that I am very social media savvy. Like, I stay on social media very regularly just because I like to just post. I like to post about what we have going on or whatever. Pretty much a lot of the people that I don't know from Pine Bluff or my family or just mutual friends of he and I, a lot of the people that I have accepted as my Facebook friends are just people that now are my social media friends. So if I see them out someplace, if I see them at the club, Walmart, or whatever, I'm going to speak. Those people I don't pay any attention to. People that are my family members, close friends, acquaintances that I see regularly, those are the likes and comments that I pay attention to.
The people that matters.
Yes, please don't think that I go through every 369 likes and reactions to my pictures and comments and I just do this with everybody. It's about those people that I really give a fuck about them. Well, let me just say this. I don't really give a fuck about them having a problem. So let me just say that. I don't give a fuck about you having a problem. It's just, I just peep that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just peep when people be on some foul stuff. And I'm just like, listen, you ain't got to be fake with me because apparently and what he's not telling y'all is everybody that I have said.
Most of the time she's right.
You got a problem and they got a problem with you. If he either finds out or I find out that, yeah, y'all really got a problem.
Yeah. Most of the time she's right.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't change the fact that you got too much time on your hand to even figure it out.
No, they don't have too much time on my hands. I just be paying attention. See, dude don't be paying attention to stuff. He be around here like he Joe Biden. He be hugging babies and kissing motherfuckers and sharing shit or whatever. And, motherfuckers be commenting on his page and he thank you so much. Don't comment to that bitch shit. Like, don't do that. So he don't be paying attention, but I pay attention. Like, I pay very close attention to stuff. Social media can get in the way of situations and get in the way of things. And so I don't let that ride because I don't like disrespect.
But in retrospect, I do believe, like Netta's saying, because I'm saying because you've outgrown a relationship. Because here's the deal. You used to be cool with some people back in the day. Mm-hmm. Y'all grew apart. That doesn't mean that y'all beefing. Mm-mm. I got several friends that we've kind of just outgrown each other. We don't have anything in common because most of your friends have something in common with you. Well, all of my friends, we have a lot of things in common. We're great fathers. We're go-getters. We chasing paper. So when you start to not have this commonality with some of your people, that doesn't mean that you have beef with them. That you beefing with them. It just means that you went right and I went left.
Here's what's so crazy. The reason why I don't know why he brought this up because he was so crazy that I don't even really be caring. Like, I don't really care.
You really don't. You don't.
I honestly don't really care. And
you don't care about losing good friends.
but if I lose you, you're not a good friend. If I lose somebody, if I lose a friendship with somebody, you're not a good friend.
Well, I don't know that I agree with that. No.
That's my opinion. And here's let me just say this. Most people, and you can attest, most people that I'm cool with or have a friendship with, more than less, because I have a few of friends and acquaintances that we get equally same thing from each other. Sometimes they may give more, but most people are going to probably benefit more from my friendship than I'm going to benefit from theirs.
So you're saying you're better friends to them than they are to you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So most of your friends, I'm gonna say this. So you're saying most of your friends benefit more from your friendship than you benefit from them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, most people.
That sounds pretty conceited.
So call it what you want to. Is it true?
Yeah, it sounds pretty conceited.
Listen, the only people I'm really probably going to care about, you just basically removing yourself from me.
So you mean you can do without their friendship, basically?
For sure.
And it's harder for them to do without yours.
I have few people that I just be, if they decide they don't want to deal with me no more, that I would just be like, no, let me see what's going on with that.
Why is that? Is that because you give yourself to most of your friendships more than your friendships give themselves to you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which means you love harder than most people.
I do.
Give yourself.
I do. Absolutely.
More than most people give themselves to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Could that be your opinion? Would your friends say different?
Hell no, they wouldn't say different.
So most of your friends would say that you give yourself more to them than they give to you, and that your friendship to them is more valuable than their friendship to you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I bet you your friends wouldn't say that.
I bet they would. I told you there's a few that, let me just say this. There is one in particular. If you guys know Dana Montgomery. So Dana actually started out as my supervisor, and she went from being my supervisor. Well, she was my supervisor when I was assistant branch manager, and she and I became really good friends. Mm-hmm. Dana is just that. She is everything to me that I am to her.
That's the only friendship that you have.
No, I'm giving that for an example. She is that. She is that we give equally to each other. Regardless.
All the rest of your friends, you give more than you receive.
That's an example. First of all, I don't have no friends. How many friends I have?
I don't know. That's the question for you to ask. How many friends do you have?
So
is that the only friend you have?
That's the only one I can see.
So all of y'all that think that y'all are Shanetta friends out here, she's just telling you.
Let me tell you something. Everybody on Facebook pretty much your people anyway. And it be your people I don't give a fuck about not fooling with me no more. See, that's what he's not telling y'all.
We ain't talking about. We talking about your friends.
Let me say
don't
this.
try to
Let me
put
say
this on us. We talking about your friends.
I just said people that I don't know from the bluff, or people that I didn't go to school with, or people that I just kind of met on my own from being here in Central Arkansas. Most of them are because they know I'm B-Level's wife and they've sent me a friend request. The people that I have, the people that he's talking about that has not liked my post and my status are people that has came from his fruitfulness that I don't fucking care.
What I'm asking you is, you only have one friend. That's what I'm trying to clear up. You say you only have one friend, Dana Montgomery. That's the only friend you have.
That's not what I said. What I said is, let me give an example of a friendship. And I gave an example of her just being I'm serious. We put in the equal amount of support and motivation and everything from each other. And here's what's so crazy. Me and Dana don't talk every single day. And so sometimes me and her can go 2-3 weeks without talking. And it is just the same as it is.
But outside of Dana, there are no friends that give that their friendship to you is just as important as your friendship to them. Because that's what you said a second ago.
Well, Maisha, I don't consider Maisha. Let me just say this: Maisha is like she's like my daughter. I call her my daughter because Maisha is she's the same as Dana. I pour into her a lot, and even though she's younger than me, she's poured into me.
And I will say this: you don't really have a lot of friends. I think your personality. You're not very damn friendly. I'm not, and that's okay. So and you cool with that. You're cool with not having a lot of friends. Mm-hmm. It's I would say that it would be knowing me being married to you. I would say that it's hard to be your friend.
It probably is.
Yeah, I think that you're a hard person to befriend.
That's probably a good synopsis.
Yeah. and you pride yourself in not having a lot of friends. You're happy about that.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. You know why?
Why?
Because first of all, my mom didn't listen. My mama taught us that. She taught me that I have 2 friends.
Who are those 2?
My sisters, Tamika and Sharon. My mom was like, "You got 2 fucking friends." When I used to walk in the house, like, "Mom, I want to go spend at my best friend's house." You ain't got no fucking best friend. Your sister be a best friend.
Sometimes your mom can teach you wrong. Everything that your mom teach you is not right.
That she was right.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, because I see what women go through. Here's another reason why you're not saying I can't be somebody's friend either. Because I don't do all that girl shit. Like when I talk to people that are close to me, I don't do that. Okay, I don't massage your feelings. I'm not very nurturing. I'm going to give you what I feel like you need, and that is going to be honesty. It's going to come from a place of I don't want to see you hurt, but it probably doesn't come over as, and I don't go along with the bullshit either. Like I'm not that friend that's going to be, you know what I'm saying, because you on live and you got 100 fucking viewers and you talking crazy. I'm going to be like, oh, okay, girl, yeah. See, that's not me. I'm not that friend. Like, I'm just going to be like, that's real fucked up, and I'm just going to keep scrolling or whatever. Like, I'm a different type of friend, and so sometimes women can't take that. So to keep me from beefing with all these different women and different chicks and shit, you know, because I know people can't take that shit. Sometimes they tell you they can take it, but then they friends with somebody else and they really can't take it, and they told them. See, I don't have time for that. So I just be like, listen. And I have kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have so much going on to where I probably really can't offer too much to anybody like that anyway. But I'm cool with not. Seriously, you said the right thing. I'm cool with not having friends. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I think you are.
I don't have to go out with women. I don't need people to validate who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need that. I don't need to have a gossip circle. I don't need to. If I need some time, if I need time outside of your ass, I know how to go shopping. I know how to get with my kids and do whatever I'm gonna do with them. But I don't have to be around a lot of women to solidify who I am.
So y'all that listen, please don't try to befriend my wife. She's not very friendly. She don't care to have any friends.
I am friendly now.
No, she's not.
I am friendly.
You have to get past her outer. Now, really, I'm gonna say this because I ain't gonna be doing no hating. My wife is she's a cool ass chick, but you really have to get past the outer. Like you really gotta get to know her to really see how dope and cool she is. Which a lot of people don't take the time to get to know her, and she doesn't allow them the time to get to know her. So a lot of people, my wife is not very popular. A lot of people just they don't really care for her.
Let me just say this. I think it's because we're gonna read these comments too because we had a few, but I think it's really because it has a lot to do with how I carry myself.
How you carry yourself?
I'm never gonna let anybody make me feel like I'm doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm never going to be. You might see me on the weekends at my baby game. I'm gonna have on some sweats and probably some heels or some booties or something. That's just who I am. So it has nothing to do with. But because people have this synopsis of I'm bougie, I think I'm better than everybody.
That you do.
What?
No, you're bougie. I'm not gonna say you think you're better than everybody, but you are pretty bougie.
That's just who I am. So
yeah, you are. I just said you're bougie.
People just have to kind of really. You don't have to. Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck. That's the first thing. I don't care.
I think we gathered that you really don't care.
I don't really care, and I hate to keep saying that because it sounds so mean and so messed up. But people really like. Let me just say this. I have to be nice because, and I am nice because seriously, when I go out, people will say, "Hey, I'm your Facebook friend." I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" So I'm not as mean as Brian trying to make me seem.
Don't call my government name.
I'm not as mean as dude trying to make me seem. I'm really a cool, down-to-earth chick. All you got to do is just say something. But when you get to just looking at me and staring at me outside my head,
well, it's because they don't know if you going to cuss them out.
Just say hi.
I'm going to
say hi back.
Because I'm telling you, Netta, you don't really have a very approachable face. Like when people see you out, they be scared to speak to you.
That's some bullshit. They just
for real.
If
people will be honest on this today, they please.
Anybody that's on here, please be honest. Let me read these comments.
You got to go down. You just started.
I start here. Anybody that's on here, please be honest. What did you think? What was your first impression?
Does she not have the resting bitch face every time you see her?
Anyway, Dominique says, "Don't send me a friend request and never like shit because then I will unfriend you. Like who sent you?" And Retta says maybe because you have a lot to offer. Dominique said, Netta, that's because we love hard, and we do. Those Tauruses does that. And Retta says, you better care about me later. And Loretta, I love you to death. Brenda says, LOL. She said, I do not have any friends. See, we taught that in our family. Our family is taught to stick together.
Brenda, some can do.
You know, Brenda's my cousin. She's
that's
my
your cousin. Okay, that's Brenda. Okay.
Dominique says, we overextend ourselves in relationships and most don't value the genuine friendship and relationship. Absolutely, 100%. Brenda says, yes, she did. Tanka says, nutty buddies is what my mama called them. We never had friends in her eyes. Ain't Retta says, you're an absolutely amazing person. You hard
to counsel. Yes, Ain't Retta. Yes, she is.
Whatever. Charles says, you definitely don't need anybody to validate you. Absolutely not. Thank you, Charles, so much. T says, I know what you mean. Friends always calling for advice, help, etc., but can never help you out in any situation. I agree.
That's
100%.
not true, Tara.
Charles says, I don't think that.
Right.
Good. He said, and Retta says, you are really cool and laid back, but you will go left. And will. Charles says, I didn't think that. And then Crystal says, I thought she was bougie at first, but she cool or whatever. Thank you, Crystal.
Her ass is bougie.
T says, more friends, more bullshit. I get tired of taking on other people's situation, especially if they don't listen. It took me 30 plus years to really get rid of dead weight from supposed to be friends who never showed up in accounts. That's true, T.
I think that you could have really healthy friendships. I actually have.
You have a few.
Yeah, I have a really, really few friends. My best bestie is kind of like Netta say. We don't talk. We don't talk every day. Spider and I probably talk once a quarter. But he has been my friend. He's been in my wedding. He's been there at every birthday party. I mean, everything that has been special in my life. He's been.
He's
there.
a friend of yours that I like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've got Bun, Cream, King. Ross, I got Kane. I got a lot of friends that I'll tell you this is a requirement. You have to be about the same thing that I am to be my friends, or I won't call you a friend. You got to be about the same thing. You got to take care of your kids. You have to be about your business. You got to be moving and doing something positive, or you can't be my friend. I think my wife she just doesn't care to have friends, and that's all right. That is a-okay. But nobody has commented on if you
Monica
look
just said,
unapproachable.
Monica just says, I thought you were mean at first.
So that's correct.
Hold on. I thought you were mean at first, but all of our interactions have been fun. I really enjoy when we hang out.
So, Monica, I ask you, does she have the resting bitch face? Like, is that
let me just say
she's
this.
not approachable. I want somebody to keep it 100 because our podcast is about being real.
Most times people, their presumption of who I am, most times come from other people. Most times people that has never been in my face.
Shanetta, you are so...
no, most times people that has never been in my face.
So you know what, babe?
Never had a conversation with me. Will say, well, she thinks she's all that.
Babe.
Or she thinks she's blah, blah, blah.
Hey,
or she's a mean girl.
Babe.
Or she's not going to talk to you. She thinks you're too much.
Most
times, those are the phrases that I hear about myself. When people muster up the courage to say something to me or we get to a conversation, they be like, girl, you're so cool. Such and such told me you was such and such.
I think you think that your truth is the only truth.
No, I'm telling you what I've heard, but it's factual.
Well, I've heard different. That's not people's opinion.
Monica,
the way you carry yourself, you don't welcome people.
How you gonna tell me what I hear about myself?
Because I'm with you.
People have told you the same thing. I saw your wife. I was gonna speak to her, but
she looked mean. She didn't want nobody to mess with her.
I don't.
She has the resting bitch face. So I'm telling you that there are other things that people say about you, and it ain't all that. I'm saying
what I'm saying to you is most people that has an opinion about who I am or what I'm about are people that has never spoken to me before.
Okay.
Are people that basically follow me on social media and make these assumptions of who I am based on what they've seen off social media.
Charles, Tara, Tank, Brenda's some kin to you. Dominique, I want y'all to comment on it. I want y'all to keep it real with us. We all about your first impression of Netta. What was it?
And be honest. And Retta said I was really cool. I am really cool and laid back, but I will go left.
Well, that wasn't probably her first impression of it.
How do you know? You trying to make people?
I'm saying it.
He's trying to make people change their opinions of me to suit him.
Nobody has said their opinion.
All I'm saying is, if you've ever heard anything about me that was in any type of negative connotation, it was somebody that was just on some hating shit or that has never talked to me before. Because when most people talk to me, they typically say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're so friendly and so cool."
And I agree with that.
Such and such told me you was a bitch, or such and such told me you were bougie.
I will agree that you are a cool chick. That once people get over the outer, I said that you are really dope. But I think the way you carry yourself, your personality, you mean as fuck. You know, people have to get past that exterior to get to the true kind given you will give people your last. You really a cool chick. But a lot of people can't get past the outer because you're unapproachable at times.
I'm not supposed to let everybody have that type of.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not going to expose all of me to everybody, so you're not
I
going
didn't
to
say
get that. So here's the thing. Here's what y'all got to understand. I'm cool.
You just said you don't give a fuck. You
I'm cool about people not wanting to fuck with me. Like that's what y'all don't get. Like
but it's really not all about that. And obviously you're not gonna get it because you keep going.
What's my reason for just being like, okay, yeah, come on, friends, come along.
No, I'm not.
Friends, come along. What is the purpose of that?
I'm not saying that there's a purpose in just
like
being
the more
friendly,
money, more problems, more friends, more problems.
Nobody should be sitting at a ball game, having an unapproachable look. Well, people can't even really speak to you. Like, who wants to do that?
Who doesn't? Why do you want people listen, I believe in spirits. I just believe in evil spirits. I don't want y'all rubbing y'all shit off on me. Y'all don't be praying right. Y'all don't live right. I don't want y'all hugging.
Listen, we're not praying anymore.
I don't want y'all hugging on me and all this. I don't want no evil kindred spirit. I don't want no evilness around me. So
you keep people away, huh?
Yes, I believe in evil spirits. And I just believe that people carry that shit around on them. I just don't want that. I do not want that. I don't want to bring it home I don't want to bring it to my home or my family. I just don't want that.
So we are going to we've got time to talk tonight. All right. So I think what we need to do is we need to do you want to stay on live? Because we need to end this episode. We can start back up. Nobody's going to work tomorrow. If you guys got some things that you guys want us to talk about, then
just don't talk about Brian saying I have the rest in bitch
don't
face.
Don't talk about that.
Don't say that because please just don't agree with him. So everybody that has had some interaction with me and whatever, just don't agree with him.
Okay, can we end this podcast and you want to stay on the live?
Yeah, you can end it.
Is that possible? This podcast is episode 9 and the sponsors, if you want to be a sponsor, because we are, as soon as this pandemic is over with and as soon as it stops snowing, we're going to also take the show on the road. So we will come to your business, your location, and do our podcast live on the road. We have that capability. If you want to be a sponsor, if you want Shanetta to talk about, I've been asking a boutique to come on. I really want as much money as my wife spend in these boutiques. I want a boutique to come and sponsor.
And most times I don't be spending because I like y'all stuff. I just be spending it because
you want to support them.
I want to support your business. Absolutely.
So I need a boutique. If you own a boutique, please tag the boutique owners. I want somebody to sponsor our podcast so Shanetta can talk about your clothing. She can maybe show them. It will drive sales to your boutique. It could be online. You could send us some product. There's for a small fee. I want a boutique to sponsor the show. If you are a food vendor, just contact inbox my wife or inbox myself, or you can call 501-650-9726, 501-650-9726 if you want to sponsor. This Saturday night, I want to end with Empire. I'm going to let you read those comments. Empire is the sponsor. Even though we're not broadcasting from the Empire Studios, we're at home because it's snowing. Club Empire is one of the sponsors. This Saturday night, the big birthday bash of me and my brother Tank. This Saturday night with the versus battle with Dee Jones and Chrissy P. And then DJ Worm is coming from Atlanta, Georgia. We going to turn the flip up. We're going to turn up for our birthday party. If you have not gotten, Monica, get your tickets. You said you was going to buy a table, Monica. We only have 2 tables left. All right. Go to Empire Little Rock. That's spelled all out. Empire Little Rock, the whole word Little Rock spelled out, .eventbrite.com. Let me say it again. EmpireLittleRock.eventbrite.com to buy your tickets. Tickets are only $15. Tables, we only have 2 left. And we do have some sections left. It's going to be the best birthday party. We are social distancing. We are following CDC guidelines. We're not going to have it pack. So don't assume that you could pay at the door, because we're only letting a third of our capacity into this birthday bash. But I promise you, me and Tank going to turn up. Did you end our live?
I did not. It's still live.
Still live. All right, we're going to stay on, even though we're going to stop the podcast. We're going to stay on and we're going to talk live. So if you got some questions, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We're going to stay on and talk. It's snowing. You're not going to work tomorrow, so we're going to stay on and talk. All right. Let me make sure that we've got. Also, you can hear our podcast on any podcast app. All you have to do is search for Love Wins by the Stewarts. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Did you just okay? And the Facebook, the video will live on Brian Stewart Sr. All right. I need you to hit the subscribe button on both podcasts and our YouTube page. Hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification on Facebook that will tell you when we are going live. All right.
Yes.
All right, so stay on. Please don't leave. Don't leave. We're going to end this podcast, but we're going to stay on Facebook, and we're going to continue talking since you guys have nothing to do.
All right.
That it?
Yep.
See you next week.